Alright, hello everyone. So I'm just going to be talking a little bit about the Aqua Control X by X-Ray Pad, which a guy named Michael sent to me to try it out. So I used it for about, say 6 hours now, and I have a pretty clear idea of, what I want to say about it, this and that. So first let me just show you the pad. I believe it's 450 by 400 millimeters in size, and about, I think, maybe a 2 to 3 millimeter of thickness. It's pretty thin. And I also have over here the Artisan Hien? I don't know how you pronounce it. It doesn't really matter. So, out of box, this one was, I noticed, very flat, because a similar pad to this is the Zowie GTFX, I think it's called. And I'll try and show you here that the pad is pretty flat. I mean, it's about 99% flat. I guess if you, maybe in a corner. Nah, it's about as flat as it gets. This one was a little bit more flat, I think, in terms of like perfect flatness, because it came whatchamacallit, flat instead of, rolled up. And as for the surface itself, it's a little bit less coarse than this one. This one feels a little bit more rough. Yeah, this one's definitely more rough. This one's a lot softer. The stitching's fine. There's no weird pain for the stitching or anything. And the glide is, well, let me show you here. So the glide is like this. Oop. That was a little bit of a hard push. It's like that. So it catches a little bit, right? It's a like a balanced glide with more towards the control. There's more like, how do you describe it? The mouse is like, you can, it's the mouse feet are like, I don't know how to say it. There's resistance, but not heavy resistance, but there's a little bit. So it's like, it's not like a cloth pad with no no coarse weave, which would be a lot. It would slide more. It wouldn't, it wouldn't stop like that. Like say on a QCK, if I flung it like that, it would have went to the other side. So there's a little bit of grip here. Now compared to this pad, the Hien or Artisan or whatever, it's hard to say. This one might be a little bit quicker. This is the soft version, but this is also, this mouse has the the huge mouse skates, so it changes a little bit. Like people, if you're using a mouse with thinner skates, or not thinner, smaller skates like the circles or the pill looking things, those are gonna glide probably quicker on both of these pads. But yeah, it's not a speed pad. I would say this is closest to the GTFX. I mean, that's what it really compares to. And like I said, out of box it's flat. And they also use a decent rubber, a middle layer or whatever, because on the surface itself there isn't a single sign of like a bump or anything. Like, yeah, I can use the whole pad and not anywhere do they have, any type of air bubble or bump. Same with this pad. It's also a lot larger than the Artisan pad. That's a terrible example, but it's, yeah, you can see the difference. So basically, the Aqua pad's a lot bigger. Sorry for the terrible camera work. I don't really have, professional camera equipment or anything. So I believe this is priced right now around $19 without the shipping price included. I don't really know the total price, but if you were looking for like a larger coarse pad like the GTFX, it's pretty soft. This one doesn't irritate the skin like this one. Some people have a problem with this one. They say it bothers their skin a lot. And it also has the stitching. Like I said, it's completely flat. I mean, it's about as flat as it gets. And that's about. I mean, that's about it. I don't know what else to really talk about. If you have any specific questions, you can feel free to ask them. But for the price, size, and the weave it has, which is the Amustin or something. I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's some type of weave. It's the same top fabric as this one. And yeah, for the price, size, flatness, no air bubbles. I mean, it's not a bad choice. This, I would say, people who would like this kind of pad are people who've tried the GTFX and were just upset that it wasn't flat, which is it was awful. I mean, this thing had bumps everywhere. Not air bubble bumps, like waves. That pad was a disaster. I had to return that one. And what else is there to say? I mean that's about it. Yeah, if it's a little bit slower. So if you're like a big high sensitivity player, like you can do a 360 in like, I don't know, 20 to 40 centimeters per 360. I would say that this might be a decent choice for you. I was playing with it. I can use it pretty well, but being very low sense, it like sometimes I just felt like I needed more speed. Me personally, I know some people really like control pads, and what else do I have to say? Oh, and this pad, I wasn't experiencing any sticky stops, like when you move to one spot and then your mouse feels kind of stuck. I wasn't experiencing that. It was pretty uniform. Like I always was able to move it, but it's just a slower move. You know, there isn't much static friction, and I believe the speed both vertically and horizontally is the same. So I mean, that's pretty much all I got to say about it. Here it is one more time from the top. And then there's the Artisan one. And yeah, if you have any specific questions, just let me know. I'm gonna write a little bit about it, but I made a video here because I just didn't want to write a huge essay like I did last time. And it's also better for you guys because you can actually see the whole thing. So yeah, that is the underlayer, and you can't. A little bit difficult to see. It's a generic backing. You know, it's like a normal one you'd find on anything. It doesn't shift much because of how flat it is and the size, and it's not like the artisan backing, which is it's a little bit sticky. This one's like if you press it down and lift it, it would stick to the table. Obviously not on this surface because I have a fake wooden IKEA type desk. All right, so that's about it. So any specific questions, just let me know, and I hope you found this video helpful, and have a nice day.